The salmon pink intruder is a Seatrout fly made basically out of some salmon pink feathers, ostrich and hen feather. This fly is designed to catch sea trout now in the cold season. There is a replaceable hook in the back, and you have many possibilities with this fly. It's light in weight. I have made the shank. It's easy, so I will post a link on how to make these shanks, and watch out and see how I tie this little fly. Hello and welcome to another video from Videos and Fly Fishing. Today we're going to tie an intruder style fly. I start with placing this shank in the hook. It's on my own making. It's look a little bit of a Waddington shank, but it has an up eye and a round eye in the back. Take it out from the vise so you can see it more like that. 0.8mm stainless steel wire. I place it in the vise and I use some strong white thread for this. This is Semperfli's 8/0 nano silk, very strong, and I'm gonna use this, touch it all the way. Try to manipulate so this goes merely on the side. I can't do it, yes, like it, like this. Okay, it didn't. Wind this very good together, like that. Use the Norwise. So you take your scissors and just snip off the rest, and then you take a coated wire. This is I think it's sinuous. Don't ask me about the millimeter, but it's thin and very strong. And I take on the trail hook. I use this method, the two ends, stick it down to the hook eye, like this, and just take it around, like that, just twist on it, and I try to make the length of the remaining wire as long as the hook, so it will be able to replace it. And I attach it to the shank by taking the one side, one on each side, that's what I'm gonna say, like that. So it will ride properly in the water. Wind up all the way to the hook eye. And what I'm gonna do now is securely attach this to the shank. Stick the ends through the hook eye here, the shank eye, another one between it, and take it around, attach it, double it over so it don't loosen up. Just I'm gonna now take off the stumps, by using a flat nose plier. Nipper, or what you call it. Try to get the last one there. Just wind on. So you can see now it is in place. Can adjust it a little bit, and I take some super glue and just reinforce the total body. This will be super strong. It will not go up. Very good. And now I'm gonna take some use some UV pink flash, and I'm gonna take out a bit, make a little dubbing ball at the end. Like this. It's gonna be combed out, so don't be so fussy about it. And now I'm gonna take a little salmon pink hen neck. I use the slap and feather here, the largest one. Make a hackle. Take out one. This is gonna be a white and salmon pink Intruder fly. You see all this fluff? I take it out. I don't want to use it. And I spin my bobbing a little to cord this thread up. Take out some fibers from the feather. I'm gonna show you like this. And I'm gonna snip off the end there like that and attach it to the underside. Sure to make this stick very good. And I'm gonna take my scissor and drag it around this feather head to fold the feather in a more good manner. And I use my fingers just to stroke the feather back and take one round, stroke it back. Oh, this breaks on me. Well, I have to do it all again. Okay, try another one. It's not so very solid, this feather. Try to not make the one lap over each other. Just try to make it go like this. You can also use some of the fluffy part, little one, marble part, like this. Then you snip it off Try not to sting yourself with the hook. We'll try to put it down in the vise so it will be out of the way. Now I'm gonna take some, first I take some white marabou feather, take out a bunch and adjust it so it will be about the same length on the feathers. Take out the piece, adjust the piece, kind of feathers. They came out with a different length from the main stem. I take it so long it will cover the hook. So this was the first bunch. Cord that thread up a little bit. Snip off this. Take some more feathers. Just collect them in my hand. Do the same. Touch it. Snip it off. And some more. About the same length. It's not so very important that it just exact the same length. It's more than the fish don't mind. Should try to make it nice and fluffy. Then I take some of the salmon pink. I have the same type of feather. You can't see it so, but this is very salmon pink. Take out some fibers from that. Do the same. Measure out. Try to make the feather as equal in length as you possibly can. Just for the sight of it. Make it around. Try to make it around the hook. Very long fibers. So I will save this feather for another time. For some other purposes. Have a bag and collect it. Because this feather is very long, it's very nice to use in other type of lice. Take some more feather. Turn this around a little. Like that. Okay. See, there is a little straggler here. Now I'm gonna use some flash or tinsel on the body, but I'm gonna use some ATO Multivix flash. It's like Flashaboo. Take out some strands. And I'm gonna use this as a tinsel, because that's what I have just right now. Take the pieces, snip it off, so you have the right length about it. Attach it to the side. Then you can go hand by hand, but I'm using my Norwise for this job. Because I have not so very much space here. So we're gonna take out some like that. And then I'm gonna take another piece of this, make another ball in the front. Like that. And then I'm gonna take another feather, take the largest one I'm gonna find. So repeat the procedure. We'll touch it. Snip off this end. And now I touch it, just wind it around the hook. Now I'm gonna take on some more of those nice ostrich herl fibers. Take some white first, like before. And I take some salmon pink one. snip it off. And then I'm gonna take some saddle feather, grizzly saddle feather. Take some long pointed ones. Take out a couple of them. Just has to snip him off. Like that. We have one on this side. Attach it to the far side and the other one. Just have to snip them off. The other side as well, like that. And at least, last but not, I take some multi-flash flashaboo on the top, 2 or 3 or 4 strands. Maybe even 5 or 6. I take it around the thread, double it over, like that, place it on top. Measure out how long I want it, just about back to the hook. So, like that. Just make a nice head. And then, my friends, there is only one thing that remains. That is, first of all, some super glue on the thread to make it all stick together, like that. And a whip finish on top of that, make it even more solid. Then gonna color it up with some UV resin from Solaris. I have not got any I can choose between the fluor orange or the fluor pink. Pink is a very nice Seatrout color, so I choose pink. And I'm gonna be careful now, just before I start with glue. Just try to snip off all the stragglers I can find here. If you have a cauterizer or something like that, you can use it now. I have it, but I have not started this little thing, so I don't do that. I take out my UV resin now. Very careful. Use my hand. Place it. Tip if you're gonna use some of those nice color. Try to have a nice white thread in the bottom. This is a fluorescing color. We'll light this fly up like a lamp. This was the first layer. I take my lamp and cure it. Take another coat of it. So it will be more, the color will be more solid. Like that. Just take it around and zap it. See how this little baby will work in the water. Another more. See, there is a little straggler there, so I can snip it off. Okay, now this fly is done. It will live in the water like crazy. This is a sea trout killer. Large specimens of this type of fly can also be used for salmon. You can change the hook in the back here. There is a very nice. You can take the hook out and replace it with another one if it breaks. This is a very nice type of fly. So I'm gonna test it this weekend out in the salt water and try to catch some sea trout, large hungry ones. Well, that's all I had for tonight. So I used the opportunity to thank you all for watching my videos, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you will always get the latest videos from me. I try to post videos now every Wednesday, Thursday and Sunday. So well, that's all I had, and thank you all, and bye bye, and tight lines.